And Reverend Jesse Jackson was a North Carolina A&T alum. This is a great segue for our next interview. A new independent film, Aggie Pride, brings to life of the courageous story of the Greensboro sit-ins and the four young men whose quiet act of defiance ignited a nationwide movement for change centered on the legacy of the North Carolina A&T students known as the Greensboro Four. Or, look, if you're in the Greensboro area, you say Aggie Four.
There you go.
The film captures a pivotal moment in American history. And here on the show, Live Impact News, we have writer-director Quinton Littlejohn. Man, how are you doing, man?
Good, man. Appreciate you having me, man.
Of course, man. I found this out from Chicago.
Yeah.
And I asked you, I was like, how did you get down here? Yeah. And you said,
I went to A&T.
Into A&T.
A&T. Aggie Pride, 01 to 05.
01 to, yeah. See, and now you're telling your age.
Yeah, I'm a little up there. Hopefully I don't look it, but I'm
look good,
there.
brother.
Appreciate you.
How did those years at A&T shape you?
It was huge. I mean, I made all of my current connections as far as friends there. I went in to the broadcast production department. That kind of molded my love for creating stories. That's where I really got a chance to experience the ability to create a story freely. Like they allowed me the space to use the equipment, do the things I wanted to do, and create stuff. So A&T really shaped a lot of who I am creatively. And then just understanding, when I went there, being from Chicago, I didn't know a lot about HBCUs. So my parents went there, but I didn't know it was a HBCU at the time. And so upon visiting, I visited once and realized like this is different. And it was a culture thing for me that really drew me into the school. And so being there, learning about the culture, learning about our history, was informative as well as life-changing for me, because I was able to really have more pride in my culture, you know what I mean? And so obviously learning about the Four, that was one of the first things that we talked about when we, freshman orientation. And it stuck with me, and from there it just stuck with me, and I was like, man, I wish I could tell this story. And that was when I was 17, 18 years old.
So you knew then you wanted to make
wanted to tell that story. I just didn't know how, And so, when I finished A&T, I ended up going to film school. I went to the Art Institute in Atlanta. So went there for film and then got out of there, and it's kind of been a mission to get back to this story. I did, a handful of short films and did some feature films, and finally getting back to what I wanted to do in that moments when I was 17, 18.
I mean, that's a daunting task, because you talk about if you go to A&T's campus, you can't miss the statue of the Greensboro Four, Aggie Four, there on campus every February 1st or in that weekend.
I was there when they put it up.
Okay.
Yeah, I was in school.
See, now you're telling your age.
I'm telling you, I'm there. But yeah, no, I was out. So yeah, when it went up, I think that was either my sophomore or junior year, and it was huge. I mean, it was something you went by and saw it every time you had a chance, every day walking through campus, and it was just a big thing, because it was something that we talked about a lot on campus. Just a couple of events that, pivotal events that happen on campus that we continuously talk about, and that being one of them. And so it just meant a lot to me to see the statue go up, be able to be a part of that. I stayed in Scott B, which is currently not there anymore, but that's the dorm that they stayed in. So it was just so much history around that. And so I was engulfed in it all the time. So it was, it meant a lot just to see that all happen.
So you were around Aggie Suites were new when you were there, right?
Aggie Suites, it just came up.
Yeah, I was about to say
2001. When I just got in there, Aggie Suites got there.
I remember when my brother graduated in 06. And I remember that was like a big deal. Now Aggie Suites.
It was. Now it's old. Now
it's old.
Now the kids be like, that's old, y'all. You stand up. That was brand new to me, man. That was brand new.
when did you get started writing this film, and how long did it take you to write it?
I started probably 2018.
Okay.
I took a break, but 2018 was when I had just completed my first feature, and then I started to drift back onto this, and I actually reached out to Mr. Jabril Kassan, Ezel Blair.
Yeah.
And so I reached out to him. Took a while to get in touch with him, but I was able to get in touch with him, and we would talk all of 2018 and 2019. We would just talk, and he would just tell me stories about what happened, and I was literally just asking him about his freshman year. I didn't and as he was telling me the stories, I was realizing so much that they were kids, and the fact that what I'm saying, like we look at them as what they did in a lot of the pictures and stuff, and it feels like they were much older than they were.
It's how they were dressed.
How they were dressed,
Yeah.
and I mean that's part of the times, that's how they dress. But at the same time, it feels like they were much older because they did something so huge. But in talking to him and him telling me these stories, and we're laughing and we're talking about just regular college stuff, and I'm like, dang, they were college students just like I was. And so that really sparked, because I didn't know what angle I wanted to tell the story.
Yeah.
But it really sparked me to want to tell the story in a way that's really gonna humanize them and let you know that, hey, they were freshmen, and they were dealing with a lot of stuff coming into their freshman year. Like they Emmett Till happened while they was in high school. Emmett Till was like the same age as them. So that hits you, that hits you hard there. And then you got the bus boycotts, and then you have the Civil Rights Act of 58. So they come in 59, and it's a lot on them right there. And so I kind of, parallel that to now, like, what 2020 was like for a lot of younger kids with George Floyd and all the stuff that we had, the protests and stuff like that. So they were coming into college with that on their mind and wanted to do something the whole time. So it wasn't like they started planning in January and then, it happened in February. It was the whole time they had that mindset. But even in that time, they still were college kids. They had girlfriends, they went, with the parties, they had fun, like they did stuff. And so that's when I started shaping the story from that angle. I wanted to tell the story from when they got to school to what now to be what the sit-ins were. And so that's kind of how I started it. So a lot of the story is heavily influenced from the Ezel perspective, because obviously I was talking with him, but
right.
But yeah, I mean, I started in 2018, took a little break, made another movie, and then just now getting back on it back in 2025. Yeah.
And correct me if I'm wrong, first generation college students.
Yeah.
That's a lot. That's a lot to deal with. That's a lot of pressure
to
put on their shoulders.
Absolutely, and so like they and it was you have to think about those, and I can only speak for the stories that I know, but like just knowing the talks that they had with their parents and about what they were going to do and how they weren't necessarily against change being their parents. It was just it's a lot. Like you and if you think about their parents at that time, they had came through so much with the 40s and the 30s, the 40s. They had came through so much. So for them, a lot of change had already happened. But as young adults coming up, it's like this doesn't feel. We still gotta look for those colored only signs. Like we still gotta go to the back. We still gotta do. So for us, the younger kids, like it was like it's not enough. And so it was just that juxtaposition where they were, the parents were like, hey, it's been a lot of change already. Like, we don't want to stir up the nest. But for them, they was like, nah, we need to. And so that was the battle there. And again, that's part of the stuff that I want to show, so you can really humanize like what they're going through with their loved ones and friends, family, and stuff like that. That they decided to make this choice.
You have a fundraiser coming up in Charlotte. I want to point that out.
Yeah.
Talk about that fundraiser and where are you now with the film? Because this is I want to preface. This is an independent film, right? This is an independent.
So yeah, we are raising money to shoot the film. We're actually shooting it in segments. So we're going to shoot a short, about a 20-minute short. That's going to be presented at festivals, film festivals all around, and we're going to use that to parlay into a feature film. So right now we're funding for the short. We are raising roughly $25,000. We've been crowdfunding and doing independent funding for the last maybe 6 months or so, and so going pretty well. Right now we're doing a fundraiser coming up on about 2 weeks, March 18th. And that's going to be a cocktail hour at the Moxie Hotel downtown Charlotte from 6 to 9. So we do have tickets on sale at Eventbrite, and you can find all of that stuff on our Instagram and website. But it's really just to help raise funds for the film. We are selling T-shirts and stuff like that, and there'll be a art exhibit as well. We'll be auctioning off a Aggie Pride painting. So it's going to be an event for people to kind of come out and meet myself, meet some of the cast, meet some of the crew. We talk about the project and really just celebrate what we're trying to do and what we're trying to get accomplished.
Wait, so the cast is already picked out. I didn't even get a chance to audition.
Not all of them. Not all of them.
I was about to say. I was like, hold on now.
We have we have a lot of the ladies casted because I do want to say the Bennett Bells were very instrumental in the city.
Shout out to Bennett College, man.
Yeah, shout out to Bennett. They were instrumental. So we did end up casting a handful of them. And so they are going to be featured in the film as well. We have not finished casting. We do have a casting. We'll have another casting this month, and then we'll have one next month. This month we'll be back at A&T casting, and then next month we'll be in Atlanta casting. So we still are looking for the 4.
Before I let you go, you've been so gracious with your time. Can you talk about, as an independent film, sort of how the process of funding the film, the process of drumming up excitement for the film, getting that going, because it's not an easy process.
No, not at all. Like it's tough, especially asking for so much within just for a short. But it's really driven by my passion for it. Like it's a slow burn, and I've told my team many times, just we're committing to the drive that it's going to take. And so we've been we talked in July about here's where we're going to go, here's the things that's going to happen, here's the plan that's laid out, and we've been hitting all the notes. So we did do a crowdfunding campaign, and we'll probably do another one coming soon, but it's really just getting people excited about what's happening. So we've been shooting a lot of promos, a lot of teaser trailers, getting people excited, as well as letting people know they can see what the vision is and what we're ultimately trying to do, and the fact that we're taking this seriously. I think that's been galvanizing a lot of people. The students as well. I've been on A&T campus a handful of times. The students are very excited about it. So that's great to see. And then we continue to just kind of put stuff out there. It's a consistency thing, and so again, fundraising is tough, but we're doing the crowdfunding way, and then on the back end we're also doing investors. So we're meeting with investors, talking with investors, bringing people onto the project. We recently brought on Twinkie Bird. I don't know if you know Twinkie Bird, but
no.
Amazing casting director, an amazing film producer. She's the one who introduced Ryan Coogler to Michael B.
Word, okay.
So she casted that and a number of other films that she's done, and she's an amazing person. But she's gonna come on and help us as well. So it's been a slow progression, but I think we're tracking in the right directions to be able to shoot this project probably by the end of this year.
And again, remind folks about the fundraiser one more time.
So the fundraiser is going to be, again, March 18th, 6 to 9 at the Moxie Hotel in Charlotte, North Carolina. The Eventbrite link to buy tickets is on our Instagram page, which is Aggie Pride the Movie. You can find us at Aggie Pride the movie on TikTok as well. You can go on our website if you want to just donate to the project. It's going to be 1334films.com, 1334films.com. So if you want to just donate to the project, you can do that as well.
Man, Quinton Littlejohn, man, I'm excited to see the film when it comes out. The work being put into it. I'm excited to just see the progress.
As
the progress you guys make on the film. Thank you for joining us. This is not going to be your last time in here. Y'all, welcome back.
Appreciate it.
You're welcome back. Come back, and we want to update the folks here. Quinton Littlejohn, Aggie Pride, the film writer director. Thank you for joining us, man.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.